All right, y'all. Sorry about that. I had to make sure my chat box was straight. I didn't see it activated. I didn't see it. And part of me doing this is to be able to interact with y'all. Part of me doing this is to be able to feed off of y'all's energy, feed off of y'all's comments, and uh, and we can bounce those thoughts off of each other. So I had to fix that and get that straight before I got too deep into what was going on, because I do pay attention for the most part to everything that I can see when y'all post something in the chat. But as you come in, be sure to hit the like button, man. Um, this is a serious topic for me. Being an artist, being somebody who's an independent artist, somebody who's been in the industry for over 30 years. I've been in this industry over 30 years. But what I have to make understood, what I have to make clear and understood is that when I say that I've been in the industry for over 30 years, I'm not talking about necessarily the same industry that some of the mainstream artists are in. It's a different. My steps are different. My path is different. I don't walk the steps that a lot of these mainstream artists walk because I'm not affiliated with the same entities that they are affiliated with. I'm not signed to a major label that controls me. I'm not signed to a major label that dictates my content and dictates my my track list and my subject matter. I'm not signed to that kind of label. I'm in control of my own work. So when I say the industry, y'all got to understand I'm talking about two different paths. My walk is totally different. So when you speak about these companies who intentionally set out to establish dominance over individual artists because they dangle that dollar, they hold that dollar over their head, they hold that dollar over their head, man. And they make it very difficult for some of those artists to fully express themselves and to be men and women, to be real men and women and say what's on their mind and speak truth to power, even if the power that they're speaking truth to is the very labels and entities that employ them. See, it takes a certain type of mind frame and a certain type of courage to check your employer, the very person that's paying you. When you see them getting out of pocket, you can still check them without the fear of losing whatever it is that they're giving you. And you do it because it's the right thing to do. And you do it because it's going to be beneficial to those who come behind you. And people look up to you. And it's not necessarily that they look up to you, but when you've established the standard of telling the truth, when you've established the standard of standing on your truth, whatever it is, you empower people when they see you do that. And it gives them the courage to do it in their everyday life, in their walk, when you know it's right. But if they look at you in a certain way and then they see you cower down or punk out in the face of a challenge or an adverse situation, or when the powers come down on your head, when they see you bow down like that, then all your credibility is gone out the window. I couldn't rap the way I rap. I couldn't talk about the things I talk about. I couldn't speak on the things I speak about and then turn around at the first sign of pressure, just throw all that away. Just, oh, wait a minute. I didn't know it was that deep. Oh, I didn't know y'all was gonna come down on me so hard. So yeah, so I denounce everything that I've been spitting about for all these decades. I can't do that. I wouldn't do that. And you shouldn't do that, because you got to stand on your foundation. You got to stand on it in order to be legitimized, man. If you fall off that quick at the first sign of pressure, then you never ever ever believed in what you was talking about from day one. You never believed in it. And I'm gonna say that again as people slowly start to trickle in, because we talking about being blackballed. See, the people who get blackballed, and again, I'm putting blackballed in quotations because I don't like that term, because anything that's associated with blackness it has a negative stamp on it. Blackballed, blacklisted. See, those things. So I put quotations, air quotes and real quotes over the word black in blackballed. But we're talking about this because we have seen this repetitive pattern take place in the industry, man, for too many years, where the threat of snatching the livelihood from an artist is dangled over them at all times, based on you doing what we tell you to do and not doing what we tell you not to do. And if you get out of line, we will remove your whole foundation from under you. We'll take your record deal from you. We'll take your TV show from you. We'll take your platform from you. We'll take your radio show from you. And that's simply because we are not showing the power of ownership. We are not demonstrating the power and the unity that's necessary to flat out and fully own what we do. They wouldn't be able to do that. They do it because they own it. They can take whatever they want to take from you because they are the ones who gave it to you in the first place. So if I give you a record deal, I can take that record deal from you whenever I get ready to. If I give you a platform, I can take it from you whenever I get ready to, because it's mine anyway. They never really gave it to you. They didn't even loan it to you. They created the illusion that it was given to you. They gave the presentation that it was given to you, but it was given to you under a condition. And it was given to you under a condition that you may not have necessarily even been aware of until you got caught up in a situation. So you coasting along as an artist, and you may be just doing what you do. You know, you might not even be going hard against the establishment. You may not even be that type of artist. You may just be an artist that just makes fun music, dance music, having fun, just innocent music. But then you see something take place in an unjust society You see something take place that strikes you in your core and hits you in the heart, and you want to talk about it, and you want to speak out on it, and you want to use your platform to bring attention to it, and then you want to call out the individuals who did it, and then you get a phone call from your employers telling you that they don't think it's wise for you to be discussing that in the way you're discussing it, and they feel as though you should pull back or not talk about that type of stuff. So now you at a crossroads. Now you got to decide, because for them to call you, for them to contact you, for them to express any disappointment in you standing up for what's right, it raises an eyebrow in your mind to say, well, wait a minute, why you got a problem with me speaking out against injustice? Why do you have a problem with me speaking out against negative content in music or content that's contributing to destroying our young people? Why you got a problem with that? See? So you do it anyway. You get on your courage and you do it anyway. And then magically, you start to see the dominoes in your life start to fall. Magically, after you take your stand, you slowly start to see, or you quickly start to see the dominoes fall. You start losing your deals and start losing your endorsements. And it's not a coincidence that these things are happening. They're happening because you didn't play the game according to their rules. And they understand that most people, not all, but most artists are going to live in a fear of losing that lifestyle. They're going to live with a sense of fear of losing that lifestyle. So they'll threaten to take it from you, or they will take it from you if you don't fold. And in doing so, that is the definition of what they call being blackballed. So now you can't get a job anywhere. You can't get on nowhere because you expressed a criticism towards the Jewish community. You expressed a criticism or a disagreement towards the LGBTQ community. Not a hate statement, not an insightful statement that would incite violence against any group, but just a criticism. I didn't agree with that. I didn't like what you did. I didn't like how you handled it. I didn't like what you said. I didn't like what you did to this brother, to that sister. You lied about this. I'm going to tell you the real history. You get on that. Just a criticism. And like the old saying goes, you'll never work in this town again. See? That's because we don't own what we create and what we do. You can't blackball someone who owns what they do. What can you take from me that I've given to myself, that I've created for myself? That's freedom. I can say whatever I want to say. I can say whatever I want to say and be as critical about you as I need to be. Y'all hit the like button, man. Sorry for coming in so late on y'all, but this was on my mind. Let me go back and see what y'all talking about. Speak Your Peace TV. Let me see. Man, I hear you, K, but where were the people to protect Nick when he stood up? The same people turning on him and calling him names right now. Well, I'm going to say this, because he's talking about Nick Cannon. I made a video about Nick Cannon getting his TV show back, Wild and Out. We'll go into that. But I'm going to say this to you in response to your question. You said, where were the people to protect Nick when he stood up? There were people who did stand with Nick. The Nation of Islam stood with Nick throughout. Even after Nick removed the interview that he had with Professor Griff, who's a supporter of the nation, with Brother Minister Tony Muhammad, the West Coast Regional Minister of the Nation of Islam. Brother Tony still stood with Nick Cannon. It's just the fact that those who remained and would stand with Nick will not get the publicity for doing so. Or if they do get any publicity, it would be negative publicity. But to your point, because I can say this, speak your piece, a lot of people did turn on him, and that is due to what we have labeled as cancel culture. We are quick to put the nail in the coffin on our own brothers and sisters when they may take a misstep. And did Nick take a misstep by backing off of his stance? In my opinion, I would say, yeah, it was a misstep. Absolutely. Because he spoke like a man who had studied, who had learned some things and knew some truths. And I believe that he did. So when you know those truths, man, you got to stand on them. But even though we may look at it and people may say, well, he backed off his position. Some will say he sold out. Some will say he bowed down. However you want to dress it up. We don't need to get into the habit of canceling any of our brothers and sisters who take a misstep, as if we don't take missteps. And as if you've walked in a man's shoes and have been under the kind of pressure that another man or another woman has been on. You can't say what you would do. You could say what you would do. And some people are true to what they would do. Some people say, man, I would never do that. And they are right. That's how they really are. But it's other people that would say they would never do it and would absolutely do the same thing or worse. So that is all about cancel culture, bro. And we have to stop as Black people canceling each other for every little misstep. Some people will say, well, man, K-Man, nah, man. Some things are unforgivable, man. Some things are unforgivable, bro. Yeah, some things may be unforgivable to you, to me, but at the end of the day, some things are forgivable. And also you got to look at the point that it may be a time where you might need forgiveness. Let me see what we got, man. We talking about blackballing the black man and woman. Charles Muhammad says censorship 101, no accident. Snowden exposed it. What's this y'all talking about, the algorithm? They said, do you think Google searches can affect your algorithm? I don't know. I've heard people talk about that, but I haven't studied it enough. Natasha says, yeah, Google will sure enough blackball your algorithm. I haven't studied that, but anything that these powerful entities, I don't put anything past them. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. See? Tina P says, as if we don't make mistakes. Absolutely. We played this high and mighty, self-righteous, holier than thou game where we carry ourselves as if we walk through life flawless on a daily basis. We act like we don't mess up in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Some of us have done some of the craziest things, man. But then you look at somebody else that's outside of yourself and immediately start condemning them for life. So yeah, they'll blackball you. They will blackball you. And sometimes if they see the power that you hold, if they see the potential influence that you have, like, man, this dude here, if he ever breaks loose on a big scale, he's going to be a problem. We can never let him even break out of the bubble. Then you will be in that situation forever. You'll be blackballed forever. But there are some that they will just punish for a little while. And that's what I believe they did to Nick Cannon. They gave him a choice. It's like they do a lot of our brothers and sisters. They give them a choice and say, well, you know what? Okay, we're gonna take you down. Now we're going to send you on the apology tour. You got to make your rounds apologizing to all those that you offended from among us. You offended us. So you got to make your rounds and apologize to everybody in our community. So we're going to send you on the apology tour. And if you pass the apology test, then we might consider letting you back in. If it meets our satisfaction, then we might consider letting you back in. And that happens sometime as well. Then you see people start to resurface. People that were gone for a while, you see them start to resurface. But I'm not going to talk about the brother or the sister who may have been subjected to that. I'm going to talk about the entity that did the subjecting in the first place. And I don't think we do that enough. We so ready to go after the individual instead of going to the root of the problem. So y'all ain't gonna get me as bad as, see, cause some of y'all are just messy. So y'all ain't gonna get me to say nothing bad about my brother. Y'all not gonna get me to say nothing bad about him. Cause y'all messy. You want the mess. You want everybody to come down on a person because they did something that went against how you felt. But you live in a family, you got a whole family of people that you don't get along with. See? So don't act like everything you do and everything you have and say is just lined up in perfect alignment. You have problems with everybody you come across. But you want to get somebody else canceled because you sitting behind a computer screen or you reading something on the internet or you hearing about something because a person made a decision that he made or she made. See? Let's talk about who owns the record labels. Let's talk about who owns the TV networks, the media networks, all of the powerful platforms that allow any individual that you see that is famous, they allow them to get to that point with stipulations. And then let's talk about what they allow and what they don't allow. because I can get blackballed. Let's see this, blackballed for speaking truth. I can get blackballed because I call out the government, because I call out the pharmaceutical company, because I call out the entertainment industry, because I call out religious perverts. You can get blackballed for that. But they don't have a problem with you talking about doing drugs, committing acts of violence, sex acts all the time in your music. Don't have a problem with that. That's fun. That's entertaining. And it's financially lucrative. So that's fine. And whatever destruction that causes, it doesn't cause that destruction to them. It causes it to people who look like us. So that's all right. Because it doesn't matter if he destroys himself. There's going to be somebody else to come along to fill that seat and keep the destroying going on and on. See, they're hypocrites. Because you can make as much money as you want for them. You can make as much money as you can for them. They want that. But they do not want that truth out there. They don't want that truth out there. That truth is a threatening force, because that truth will break down all of their activities, all of the mechanisms that are used to destroy each other. Like I said, when that truth comes, when that awakening comes, boys ain't rapping about drugs no more. Female rappers ain't glorifying being strippers no more and hustling dudes out their money to get over and saying that's how you get over. Dudes ain't rapping about being pimps and having 9, 10 women and running game on women. Dudes ain't rapping about that no more. People ain't rapping about shooting somebody that was hating on them and going to war with other hoods and all that. They ain't rapping about that no more. Do you know how many billions of dollars have been generated from that type of content? Billions of dollars have been generated from that type of content, from negative content in rap music. They love that. They don't have a problem with that. You will never get blackballed for that. You know what you get for that? You get a Grammy. You get a platinum plaque. You get a gold plaque. That's what you get for that. See? They want to strip our women naked, make them wear this outfit on stage in the video. You get video of the year for that. See? But when you tell that truth, when you start waking up and start telling that truth, now you get blackballed, because you speaking hate now. That's disrespectful. So who are the people that shut Nick Cannon down the first time? They were members of the Jewish community who happened to control media, who happened to control the music business. They happen to control the TV networks. That's no coincidence. It's a mafia. It's a mafia. It's a mob. And you either play the game by the mob's rules and be the mob's tool, or they run you out the game. The Spot for Hip Hop TV said, this is why we need our own music outlets. We need to change the game and make truth the prerequisite in rap. We definitely need our own music outlets. We all go through them in some form or fashion. Even if you're an independent artist, you go through them. Part of the allowing to control us, part of us allowing them to control us, is the fear of not being able to make a living, because they own everything. So man, I gotta watch what I say, man. I can't. I always said you lose a part of yourself once you accept that mentality. Like, man, I can't go hard like I want to go. See, I can't go hard like I want to go, so I gotta play the game. I've heard a lot of artists tell me that they just gotta play the game. I've had people tell me that I need to play the game. I can't play the game, man. That game ain't a game I want to play. That's not a fun game to me, because you're playing with people's life. You're playing with people's life. So yeah, we got to build our own platforms, our own outlets, our own networks. We got to build all that. But more important, but just as important as the building and establishing of our own platforms, just as important as that is us supporting it. Because even those of us who are not in the industry will say, well, yeah, we got to do this, we got to do that, we got to do this, we got to do that. But then if somebody comes along and sets it up, we got to support it. We can't be under the belief. That's how you want to free somebody like Nick Cannon and others who are trying to speak truth without consequence from those so-called powers. The way to free them and anybody else is when they build platforms that are independent, owned like that. Support it. Support it. Stop feeling like if it's not their platforms, then it's not on the same. It's not the same. Y'all remember when Kanye got into it with Sway on Sway's radio show years ago, and he was complaining about not being able to get in the door with the products that he was trying to push, his clothing lines and things of that nature. And Sway was telling him, well, man, you Kanye West, you can do it yourself. Do this yourself. Put your own weight behind it. The people will support you. And at that time, I don't know what he's doing now, but at that time, Kanye was arguing with Sway like, yeah, man, yeah, I can do it. I can do it. He said, but it ain't Ralph, though. Saying Ralph Lauren. He wanted to come in under the umbrella of the white entities as if he couldn't do it himself. His had no value, or if the people wouldn't get behind him. So we place more value on the things that they are able to do and the things that they have, because it's already there and we've been conditioned to do that. Cadbury Harwell says slave mind. Exactly. We've been conditioned to do that. And we just don't believe that our ice is just as cold. So the way to free each other is to support each other. You ever seen the difference in how a free black person talk compared to a $1 million slave? It's a big difference, man. Have you ever seen a free black person or a fearless black person talking about the powers that be to another black person who's still in that slave mind? And you see how the slave black person is looking like, he almost like, he ain't gonna get me to co-sign that. See, it's a difference. It's a difference when you free, man, because you don't fear their consequence. You don't fear the blackballing, the so-called blackballing. You fear what they'll take from you. See? So when the music and the content gets dumbed down, we don't have any power over it, because any balance that can be brought to it to keep the intelligence leveled up or combat the dumbing down is removed, is suppressed. So it's no balance. So everything is 99% dumbed down. And it feeds and feeds and feeds into the community, and it feeds and feeds and feeds, and it reproduces after itself in the hood. Because there's nothing to fight against it, and there's no alternative, or there's no, as the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, there's no clean glass to set next to the dirty glass. See? Y'all saw the movie Malcolm X, with a man who portrayed the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. He had a clean glass of water. He talked about the clean glass and the dirty glass. And it said if the dirty glass is the only thing that the people have to drink from, they'll drink the dirty glass. But if you set the clean glass next to it, all you got to do is just set it right next to it. And the people will logically choose for themselves. If you walk in somewhere and it's like a glass of water with stuff floating all in it and looking all dirty and muddy, but right next to it is a clean glass of water and you got to drink one, common sense. But we don't get offered the clean glass because a dirty mind is not going to produce a clean glass of water. The people who run this industry and run this world, man, these are psychopaths. They sick. So why would you think that a clean glass will be presented to you? They want to destroy you. They are playing games with you. This is the puppet master, man. They are experimenting with you. And somebody used the term buck breaking. Man, look, they will look at you and see your path. They will see where you came from. They will see what you stand on. And they will say, let's see how real this dude really is about all this positivity, this pro-black stuff he talking about. Let's see how real he really is with it. And I've seen a lot of cats get smoothed out because their money will smooth you out. When they offer those riches, it'll smooth you out. and it'll take your edge away if you're not focused on the mission. So no matter what happens, man, no matter what heights that you grow and ascend to, you got to stay focused on the initial mission, which is to speak words that will save the people. That's what you got to do. So if they give you $1 million, now you feel like, or they make you feel like, hey man, look, haven't I taken care of you? Look what you have now. Hey man, yeah, see, you're not struggling. You talk about the struggles of black people. You look what you're doing fine. And they frame it out to kind of like chill out on all that talk you talking. And not by accident that throughout history you start to see a lot of the artists that were out front back in the days, they are way back. They not on the back burner. They ain't even on the stove no more. Because it took them a while. It took these devils a while to realize what the music was talking about. And then it took them a while to pluck out the ones who they knew would become a problem. Like, who is this Professor Griff dude? Oh no, he's a problem. Who are these guys? No, they're a problem. Then it got to the point where, yeah, you can make positive music. You can make revolutionary music, but you won't ever see the light of the mainstream light of day. You won't see that because you playing with our money. You playing with our rituals. See, I told you it's a game. They experiment. They got rituals and little games they play. They want to break you. They want to have conversations about remember how militant that he was. Remember how militant she was at first. And look what we did to him. Look how slowly we broke him down. Now they don't talk about that kind of stuff no more. And when you have a family, when you have children, when you have people under you that work for you and they depend on you, then sometimes that pressure will make you walk that walk. Man, I got people, me, man, if it was just me, I would never, man, I wouldn't, man, but I can't. Nah, man. If you're going to walk this walk, that truth walk in your music, you got to be willing to lose it all, man. Anything you thought you wanted, you got to be willing to lose it or never get it in the first place. If you want to walk that walk, Earth Durf telling y'all right, hit that like button if you haven't already. I love to hear what y'all got to say about this. We talking about how black artists live under the fear of being blackballed at all times. One false comment, one false statement when they put their microphone in your face can end your whole career. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. See what y'all talking about, man. Is the money worth it, though? Is the money worth it? CA said Michael Jackson. Mike was too powerful to necessarily blackball. And when it gets to that point where blackballing you is not enough, then the next option is to kill you. Because Mike was so big that if Mike would have ever got to the point where he just decided that I'm just going to release my own music, I'm going to pay for it myself, I'm going to pay for the distribution, I'm going to do all that myself without the help of anybody, I'm going to go through the channels on my own, he could have pulled that off. He could have pulled that off. And his message would have struck the world in a way that would have changed the game. See, when Michael Jackson made the song, "They Don't Really Care About Us," see, that was the song, man. Mike came into that knowledge, but he was being smooth in how he was relaying it. But you couldn't blackball Michael Jackson. So they killed him. Oh man, what you mean they killed him? They killed him. They don't have to kill you with a bullet to kill you. They don't have to instantly kill you. They can kill you over a period of years. And they can kill you in layers when they start to attack your character, when they start to frame you in situations, child molestation. They attack your character. They addict you to drugs. Man, this is intricate, man. This is deeper than what you think. They'll poison you. See? Then over a period of years, 15, 20 years, negative media propaganda, just tearing you up, assassinating your character through the media, changing public perception about you, making people say, man, wow, I didn't know. Then it becomes too much for the person to take. They might turn to drugs on their own. Then when they finally succumb physically, then they get on the news and they'll go over your legacy, go, oh, he sold over such and such 100 million records, but then he ran into some problems. Then that was the allegations back in 1990. They go through all of that stuff. Then he got addicted to drugs, and they paint the picture, man. Y'all don't understand how sadistic and how intellectually evil these people are. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, you can't fathom the depths of Satan. We don't understand how intricately detailed these folks' satanic behavior really is, man. They got the game down pat. And they will make you seem like you the crazy one. They will make the world seem like you the crazy one. Uzi Hayes says, so how do we change the control? That's the $1 million question. We change the control through our unity, through the process of unification, unifying with each other and putting our resources, consolidating our resources and removing ourselves, separating ourselves from their entities, and stop viewing them as the only way, as the only means to get what you call so-called success in this industry. Okay? Aaron Vasquez say, we tell the control how big God is. Absolutely. But the problem is We have made those powers, we made them a God beside God. We made them a God over the real God. We made them the God because money is our God. Fear is our God. So we gravitate towards the one with the money. We gravitate towards those with the instant, with the ability to give us instant success. But we are the power. Man, them cats can't write one bar. They can't make two words rhyme. They can't do they can't do a two-step dance without tripping over their own feet. They have the knowledge of business. See? The power is in us. We can take control from them overnight. That's it. We can take control from them overnight. But here's the deal. If you go back to the time of slavery, in certain situations when the slave master was trying to make the slaves obedient or to establish his dominance over the slave's mind, they would beat and make an example out of one of the biggest, strongest slaves in the whole mix. And they would do it in front of everybody. And that would instill fear in every slave that witnessed what they did. Fast forward to the early 1900s, 1930s, whenever you go to those time periods, when they were hanging black people, they would have public hangings. Public hangings, it was like an event. It was a spectacle. It was like, get your tickets because we're getting ready to hang this black person. And they did it in front of the whole town. And they did it to show their dominance, to let other black people see this could be you hanging on that tree, right? So now, in this so-called modern day, they'll take the biggest entertainer we got, the most known, loved, rich, successful, famous entertainer we got, and they will reduce him and tear him down or tear her down to nothing in front of the whole world. And that's to show the other ones, look, if we did that to him, he's the biggest that y'all got. Nobody bigger than Michael Jackson. If we did that to him, look what we did to him. You stay in line. Don't get out of line. Because this will be you, Oprah. This will be you, Michael Jordan. You're not worth billions of dollars because you just grinded and made it happen. You're worth that kind of money because we allowed you to get to that point. See? So they've had a history of making examples, public examples out of black people to instill that fear. And anybody come behind them, it's like, oh, hey, man, I would come out there and march and protest with y'all, but if they see me out there, man, I'll cut you a check, bro. I will cut a check. And that makes them feel like, okay, well, I'm for the cause. But I can't be seen out there. Yeah, man, I listen to Farrakhan, man, but I don't really be saying it like that. Cause if they know, man, I'm down with the minister, bro. But if they knew that, man, so I let y'all be the ones to be. I done heard all this, bro. See, it's good that y'all out there speaking on that, man. I'm with y'all. I'm with you. It's fear. They got too much at stake, too much to lose. See? So they make an example out of the black entertainer. They make an example out of the black athlete. But what if there was nothing that they could take away from us? Then we could just keep hitting them with raw truth, and it would be nothing that they could do about it. Nothing that they could do about it. If there was nothing that could be taken away from us. We fear what they can take away from us. And the first time you get strong, the first time you say, I don't even care no more, you get blackballed. But what you got to understand today is that getting blackballed is a rite of passage these days. The way to know that you on the right road is when those powers are against you. When they loving you, when they seem like they loving you too much, you got to check yourself, man. Oh, these cats loving me too much. I must not be going hard enough. But when they coming after you and you are a problem to them, you doing the right thing. You on the right road, buddy. You getting your stamp. You gonna get your stamp. You the real deal. Money is their God, and they've made money become ours. See? Hip hop has been weaponized. It's been weaponized. They have masterfully and skillfully taken an art form that was created in the hood by black folks and have turned it into a weapon and pointed it against the very people who created it. And still making money while doing it. Whoo, that's a bad man right there. That's a bad man. Let me see what y'all arguing about, man. I see Tina P going in. Google account said private companies have the right to censor. Yeah, if you own something, you have every right to dictate what happens under the roof of what you own. That's absolutely true. So that's why I'm speaking about ownership to the artists. So we have that power. So we can't be told what to say and what not to say. So yeah, you're right. You're right. See, this is what it's like. Texas is an open carry state, right? When it comes to weapons, right? Texas is an open carry state, which means that if I have a licensed weapon, I can walk around with my weapon on me lawfully. But if I come to a place of business and there's a sign that says no firearms are allowed in this place of business, in this establishment, then it doesn't matter that it's an open carry store. Well, I can't walk in there and just say, well, man, Texas open carry. Even if I'm inside your building, I'm still in Texas, so I can legally carry. If they have their private company, their rule says you can't bring that weapon in here, then you lawfully you can't bring that weapon in there. They have their rules. So what you do? So if we want to do it the way we want to do it, then we got to build it and own it. So yeah, Google account, yeah, you're right. They can do whatever they want to do. Just like the people who get mad when somebody puts a sign on their door, on their window that says you can't come into our store without a mask on. And somebody decides, oh, I'm gonna go in there anyway without a mask on. If you can't follow the grocery store's rule about wearing a mask, you need to get your own store, grow your own food. So we don't want to follow the rules of this establishment no more, because they have proven that they don't have our best interests at heart. They have proven that they only use and manipulate and turn us against each other. So yeah, we need to move away into ownership. See? Is this Aria? I can't never pronounce these names, man. But see, how hard is it to create own major label that we can control? It's not hard. It's not hard to create it. The difficulty comes in us exhibiting the unity to come together and do it together. It's not really hard. King Viking says, like Spotify removing my song. Absolutely. See, when I made the video about Spotify removing my song, if you go back and watch that, I was never mad because they got the right. I don't own Spotify. Spotify belongs to those cats from Sweden. So I was not mad that they removed the song. I was just exposing why they did it. But on the same token, they got every right to, if they feel like that's not something they want on their platform, then take it down. It's not gonna stop me from making them kind of songs. See? Y'all hit that like button, man. Appreciate your earth. Keep reminding me. Y'all hit the like button if you haven't. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. It's funny how black folks pay the same amount of taxes, but don't get the same amount of equal protection. It's that dedicated slayer. Yeah, great point. See? Taxation without representation. Because all you are is a dollar. They don't have any value for your life. They will kill you and take your money. They will disrespect you and take your money. That's what you see in these convenience stores in the cities, in the inner cities. Like, they don't care nothing about that. We pay the salaries of our oppressors. See? Black folks' money counts towards police salaries just like white folks, anybody else. But they killing, shooting black folks like it's rabbit season. So we have to remove ourselves out of that situation. We can't keep trying to beg them to treat us right. It's clear that don't work. We keep doing it. Y'all need to treat us right. Y'all need to treat, no. Everybody, people laughing at you. People laughing at you. My brother Deciphers in the building, SPC2G. The truth always scares those who are not truthful. Yeah. The truth snatches the cover off of them. And it scares them because when the truth is told to a people who've been lied to, and it wakes those people up, then the activity of those people starts to change. So now there's no more drugs, violence, and BS going on in the community. The community is operating in a more positive manner. That kills the money, because negative music leads to negative actions, which leads to jail time, which leads to money for the corporations and for the prison industrial complex. It's all tied together. So they don't want that truth being out there, because not only does it expose them, but it also transforms the life of the people who hear the truth, and that kills the money. Oh man, they don't want to do dope no more. Man, they don't want to kill each other no more. Man, these girls don't want to prostitute no, they don't want to strip no more. Man, ain't nobody buying no guns no more. Crazy, man. They not participating in buffoonery no more. We can't make the men dress like women no more. We can't make the women act like men no more. See? These are the things that we have a problem with. Brother Charles say billions at stake. See? That's money, man. We represent money. But these cats got a lot of nerve, because they will mistreat you. They would deceive and mistreat you and still make that money off of you. That's amazing to me, the nerve. They got some nerve, because they don't believe that collectively we're going to wake up. And sometimes we don't show any signs of that. So I can kind of see why they don't believe it sometimes. They're like, man, these people, look at all the things we've done to them, and they still come back. Like Vlad, talking about DJ Vlad. All the things that, all the rotten, slick stuff that this guy has done, man. But we continue to go on this platform, then get mad because some people among us won't cancel Nick Cannon. Oh, that's cold. See? Where y'all at, man? Tell me where y'all at, man. I love to know where my people at. Where you chiming in from? Give y'all city some shout outs real quick. Memphis, the Caribbean, Chicago. Yeah, where y'all at, man? Give your city and state a shout out. See? Iowa in the building. Reston, Virginia. LA. Australia. Sherman, Texas. Sealy, Texas. Cleveland, Ohio. New Zealand. Oklahoma. Portland. East Chicago. DMV in the building, man. Love it. DC, Maryland, and Virginia. That's for those who might not know what the DMV is. Tina P out there in Philly. Kansas City, Oregon, Alice, Texas, Atlanta, Georgia, South Haven, Mississippi. Black Wall Street reincarnated. Yeah. Bay Area, Hattiesburg, Mississippi. I went through Hattiesburg back in the early 90s. Warsaw, Minnesota. All these people, man, from different parts of the country, different parts of the world. I appreciate y'all. YouTube said I'm definitely with the separation, but I want to tie this up before we separate. Well, here's the deal. The separation, we may not tear nothing up because we might still be right here, bro. See, they always trying to run us back to Africa. Get on back to Africa then. You can go back to Africa. We'll send y'all back to Africa. Hold on. Hold up, buddy. Wait. There's a debt to be paid right here in America. We put in too much free labor and built this country to just say, okay, we'll catch y'all later. Nah. Mm-mm. This is ours. So we ain't got to necessarily tie nothing up because we might be tearing up stuff that we end up occupying. The Bahamas in the building, man. Dead and smiling, I see you. Mm-hmm. That's right, Decipher. All these different places, man. Repping all over the place. Houston, Texas. This is my first. Yeah, Houston, Texas. That's what I'm talking about. Pace setters. That's the temp agency. Hmm. Cadbury said no emotion in business. Um, yeah, still to a degree. No emotion when it comes to deceiving the poor or manipulating the poor or blood sucking from the poor. Okay? Yeah. Abel Ben said, so you think I did a song with your dad? I probably did, man. I did a whole lot of songs, man. Yeah. Yeah. Reparations and separation. That's the key. They owe us. We're not just going quietly. Why is the negative content accepted? You have the threatening versus the non-threatening. Anything non-threatening is like, yeah, keep that coming. If a male rapper puts on a dress, oh man, we love it. It's oh man, he's so different. He's being different. He's changing the rules. He's bringing diversity to the culture. He's breaking down the barriers of um, gender restrictions, and you can be what you want to be. And no, they are planting seeds in the mind of our young boys to say that it's all right to act like a girl. It's non-threatening. To speak against that, now you're in the category of threatening. Oh, wait a minute. That's black male toxic masculinity. Toxic masculinity. Wait a minute. That's disrespectful. You're not being accepting. See? When you speak topics that breed all the self-hate in music, that's non-threatening to them. It's threatening to us. It's a threat to our existence. But when you rap with consciousness, nah, it's threatening. Nope, you can't say that, man. See? Consciousness don't make no money. Yeah, consciousness doesn't sell as much as the other stuff because they intentionally crafted it to be like that. It's foreign. It's foreign. So people like, man, nobody want to hear all that. Hmm. The cipher talked about how in Hollywood they like to put black male actors in dresses. That's always going on. Some of my favorites of all time, man, I've had to watch them put on a dress. They just transferred it over in the rap. That's all. They just transferred it over. How can you be so hard coming in the door and a year or two later you got on a dress and you carrying a man purse and you wearing lipstick? See? It's always been a process, man. Let's see what's going on. Gangster rap filling up the prisons by design. That it's contributing to it by design. So we operate on the branches and we immediately start just going hard on the rappers, talking about how stupid the rappers are and how you dudes rapping about this so stupid and that. Okay, and you can pose that argument, man, that our brothers gotta get it together, man. But what's at the root? Who allowed it to be heard by millions? Who encouraged it? See? Come on. Bars to market. Have I ever collaborated with Killer Priest or anyone from Wu-Tang? I think I was on a song with Killer Priest on the Cannabis album, Lyrical Law. I think we was on the same song. I could be wrong. I know he was on that album, but I don't remember if me and Killer Priest is on the same song. But you talk about a dude that's underrated. As many people that love Killer Priest, to me, he still is way, way underrated. Way, way underrated. And there's a lot of people who, a lot of the lyric heads, they check for Killer Priest, but he's really, really, in my opinion, his name don't get mentioned enough. That's just me. Yeah. JKM says they secretly define any black man as homophobic or toxic masculinity who's heterosexual and refuses to be gay. Yeah. If you don't allow them to demasculate you, or if you speak as a man against unnatural things, then it's toxic black male masculinity. You're being toxic. I'm being toxic because I won't accept that twisted madness. Now I'm being toxic. Mm-mm. The thing you're trying to get me to accept is toxic. Yeah. So, man, let me tell y'all something, because I'm going to take it past music now. Even in your everyday life, you could be working on a certain job. You could be working for a major corporation. Salam alaikum, AQG. Walaikum salam, I'm sorry. You could be working on a major working for a major corporation on a job, whatever field you in. Never fear anyone blackballing you or running you out because of a stance that you take. See? Never fear that. Don't ever fear that if you standing on your truth. Stand on your truth, man. See? Okay, good looking out, Disciple. Disciple says that I was on a song with Killer Priest on the Lyrical Law album. So we was on the same song. Okay. So my brother who asked that question, go listen to the Lyrical Law album by Cannabis. He has some of the coldest lyricists in the game on that one project, man. I was just honored to be on it. I believe hip hop, I believe this is the spot for hip hop TV said, I believe the word toxic is a buzzword. Yeah, it's just like the word anti-Semitic. It's just like the word homophobic. These are words that are used to scare you off your post. And they've been boosted up so high that just mentioning one of those words or being accused of being one of those words, it runs you off the block because it's like, whoa, I don't want nobody to think that I'm anti-Semitic. I don't want anybody to think that I'm homophobic. That I'm I didn't mean it like that. And it makes people start folding up and bowing down. Truth is not anti-Semitic. If you're speaking a criticism about members of the Jewish community, that is not being anti-Semitic if what you are saying is the truth. If you are speaking a criticism or disagreement with members of the LGBT community or anything concerning that, that is not being homophobic. It is not hate speech. If you are speaking a truth, we can have a dialogue of disagreement. It's all right. And if I'm standing up as a man and speaking against things that are trying to knock me off my manhood, and I'm adamant and passionate about standing up for those things, then I'm not being toxic. My black male masculinity, there's nothing toxic about it. You're just threatened by it because you want to make me submit through fear of being called a name, a false name. They call Martin Luther King anti-Semitic. Now, this is the man who just everybody now says, oh, he was such a great man. He was so peaceful. He was so, if he was still alive, that would be, he's the one, the world changed when they were calling him anti-Semitic too. He was on the list of people who spewed hate speech. Don't let them folks lie to you, man. They hated Martin Luther King when he was alive. That's why he's dead. They loved him, they wouldn't have killed him. See? It's crazy. And see, JJ, I'm going to say it like this because a lot of people get into that conversation when they start talking about the Black Boule and all these different stars and entertainers that remember that. I don't get into that. And I'm going to tell you why. I don't get into that. Because first of all, I don't know. You know, I do know that a lot of our black entertainers are in bed with those powers. I've spoken about them before. But the principle that I'm operating on right now is one that's leaning towards extracting the good of any black person who ever spoke a word. Because it doesn't matter. Well, I can't say it doesn't matter, but if those good principles made a difference and changed somebody for the better, then it changed somebody for the better. That behind the scenes stuff is not going to be an issue, because that's not what woke that brother or that sister up that they taught. And I don't really speak on things that I can't confirm, but I hear that a lot. Oh man, he's a member of the Blackballed. He's this, he's that. I don't know. Could be. I don't know who is. I know who ain't. Cause they like to make a lot of accusations on others that are, and I'm like, no. But I try to dwell on the best part of our brothers and sisters and deal with the good that they did, especially if, in my assessment, their good outweighed their bad. And if their good had a more powerful effect on masses of people than their bad, whatever that bad may be, not my place to judge it, then so be it. Let me see what we got, man. Y'all hit the like button if you haven't already. We talking about being blackballed and how you should never fear that, man. People got on Nick Cannon's head. I made a video yesterday when I talked about walking in a man's shoes and the possibility of a man having people that he had to take care of that lost their job, because when the head falls, when the head is removed, the body falls. So if they chop your head off right now, it's only a matter of time before your heart stops working, but it's going to stop working because your brain is out of there. Organs, intestines, kidneys, lungs, liver, none of that stuff is just out of there. Same thing applies when a head of a company, a head of a brand, when they chop Nick's head off, all the body parts under him, those who worked under him, they feel as well. So maybe he did what he did to re-employ people. Wouldn't have been my approach. My people would have just had to understand that, hey, it's over, y'all. And I'm the guy that's gonna say from the very beginning, I'm gonna tell any one of y'all, look, man, look, if you rolling with me, you need to know in advance that I talk about a lot of stuff that a lot of people don't like. A lot of people have a problem with how I rap and the things I rap about and the people I rap about. So if you're gonna ride with me, I'm letting you know right now, the ride ain't promised to be smooth. Then you got to make your choice after that. And I ain't mad at you if you don't. If you say, well, no, okay, I can't do that then, man. No, I don't want them folks. Okay, well, have a nice day. But if you say, nah, I'm with you, then it don't matter. So if I was working with them and they cut me off, I'm gonna call y'all on the phone and say, hey, say, man, All right. It's the day I told y'all about. It's over. Are you good? All right. All right. That's it. King Viking said, have I ever collaborated with Big Crit? No, sir. Cadbury, I am not a prophet. Not even close. Prophets are righteous men. I'm not even close. I try to relay the principles of the prophet through my words, but the goal is to live the words. Yeah. And again, I'm going to say this because I said this earlier real quick. People have a problem with you when you don't cancel somebody who made a mistake. People ready to cancel Nick Cannon. They want to cancel him so bad. Black people want to cancel him so bad. Why y'all so adamant about canceling him? Why y'all want to cancel Nick so bad? One strike, you out. Why is that? Why y'all get off to that? You didn't cancel the supervisor at your job when he talked crazy to you, when he disrespected you. You don't cancel them. You didn't cancel the police when they disrespected you. You don't cancel these politicians when they manipulate and neglect and lie and cheat and steal, rob and murder. And you don't cancel them. You praise the Lord that they sent you a stimulus check. How many strikes do they have? Well, I'll say this because people want to know. A lot of times they'll say, okay, well, at what point, if they just keep on and keep on and keep on, then I guess even I would have to say at some point, well, yeah, man, this is a pattern. And then there's certain people that I don't rock with no more after you establish a pattern. But one act doesn't constitute a pattern. And if if your good outweighs your bad, then I gotta judge your intentions. But to your point, Tina P, of course you don't let somebody keep doing the same thing over and over again. And even me saying that, I'm speaking in general. I ain't going in on Nick on that either, because we talk about one situation where he apologized just for something that, in my opinion, he shouldn't apologize for. But I ain't walking in that man's shoes. I would have loved to seen him double down. Not just stand on it, but double down. I would have doubled down, but trust me, I believe I know where his heart really is. I really believe that, because he rolls with too many. He knows too many revolutionaries. See, he know too many real ones for me to believe that he just would just 180 like that. I don't believe that. That's just me. I can't speak for y'all's view. Y'all entitled to believe it how y'all want to believe it. Yeah. I'm attacking those who attacked him and those who attack us. Because Nick is just the latest. He's not the only. I'm going after those who do have a pattern of trying to punk and make black folks bow down to them. I'm speaking on them. They get one strike. Let's cancel them on the first time. See? Cancel them on the first time. That's what we need to do. We should all cancel Vlad at the same time. Vlad should be out of business right now. Vlad TV, his platform should be out of business right now. There should be no more Vlad TV. But that ain't how we move. We don't move like that. See? JKM said, many black folks who despise Nick Cannon for compromising at a mainstream level will compromise just as quick as he did at a 9-to-5 level. They do it every day. Every day. Them folks call you on your off day and say, we need you to come in. You, okay, I'll be there. And you talk under your breath when you hang the phone up. Man, oh, call me in, man. Hey, we need to stay a little late tonight. Well, I was planning on going. Yeah, but we need you to stay later tonight, man. Okay. Compromise every day. Not just at work. In all walks of life. You compromising over way smaller stakes than want to cancel Nick Cannon. See? Crazy. Blackballed. The fear of being blackballed. See? We don't cancel the things that we have fallen in love with that benefit us. That's why these corner stores still exist that treat us like trash. You know, I talk about that all the time because they got the stuff we want. They got the cigarettes, they got the beer, they got the pork skins, they got the lottery tickets, they got the gambling machines, they got the what else they got? I guess that's enough. We ain't canceling them. And they think you're going to steal something every time you walk in there. They disrespect you daily. See? Brad Childers, you late, Brad, man. Brad, you just getting here? Brad said that's because they need that 9-to-5. Nick don't need that. So it's a false equivalency. You can't compare the two. You are speaking about financial comparisons, Brad. I'm speaking about a principle. And the principle can absolutely be an equivalent. It's a principle. It doesn't matter because he's making this kind of money, he's making that kind of money. If it's not about the money, it's about the compromise, period. Whatever level you do it on. See, you missed it. You missed it. You say you've been tagged. I'm just not, this is my first time seeing you tonight, Brad. Train time. Y'all be hearing that train. That train powerful, man. That train so far away. Shout out to Apocalyptic Minister, man. I appreciate your donation. So you got the new album. I appreciate that, man. Dropping 2 new albums. Let's see, this is February, March. End of April, y'all. 2 new albums by the end of April. Y'all think I can pull it off? What's up, Angie? We've been conditioned to cancel each other, though, JKM. See, our quickness to cancel each other as Black people is not an accident. We've been conditioned to do that. We've been made to do that. Self-hate is a real thing. Envy is a real thing in our community. We got to fix it. That's all. King Viking said I should consider streaming on Twitch. It would expand your platform. How so? I'm not saying you're not telling the truth. I'm just want to know. Ice Mike, the great Ice Mike, the legendary super producer extraordinaire, the God Ice Mike, my brother. Gamer, I see you. I've been dropping these life lessons on y'all in my videos, man. Y'all want me to keep going. Y'all keep supporting. In closing, man, don't ever fear somebody taking something from you, because the only provider that you truly have is God himself. Man does not provide for you. Whatever he gives you is given to you through him, from above, from God, from a higher power. So you never have to fear somebody taking something from you. Because if you stand on the principles of truth, you don't think that if you stand on the principles of truth, you don't think that God is going to provide for you? You don't believe that? This rapper K, y'all. Let me see what you're talking about. Rapper K. That's called I can find out. I'm doing a live stream on YouTube as I'm talking to you on this phone. But no, hold on. I'm finna find out right now. I'm finna find out. What's the do any of y'all know the name of the click song that I did on the Big Seven? It's on the Big Seven album. It's on the Big Seven album, man. It's a click song, had everybody on it. If y'all know the name of that, because I don't even know the name of my own song. Rapper K is trying to find out the name of that song, y'all. If y'all know the name of the click song I did, I promise I can't remember for nothing, man. If y'all know the name of it, somebody just type the name of it. It was on the Big Seven project. I don't remember which album it was, but I'm trying to figure out the name of the name of the song. If anybody know the name of that song, let's put it in the that is right there, Firing Squad. That's an yeah. Appreciate you, King Viking. That's it. It's a shame I don't know the name of my own song, but yeah, that's the name of it right there. It's called Firing Squad. All right. All right, no doubt. All right. I appreciate y'all for that. Y'all just got a chance to see something to know a big secret about me. I don't be remembering some of the titles of my own song. And rapper K, he hit me in because he's on the song. So he was like, "Man, what's the name of that song?" Because he did his verse about shooting pool. So he's like, "What's the name of that song?" I was talking about shooting the pool. Now, and I remembered the project it was on, but I couldn't remember the title of the song. But I appreciate y'all. Firing Squad. That's it, man. That's it. And yeah. Markel Wright asked a great question, said, "Why don't we put our money together to buy back the neighborhood? We sit back as black people and watch every other race do this. At this point, I'm frustrated with my people." We got to unify, bro. That's all. Don't get frustrated. I know it is frustrating, but you know, we have been conditioned and placed in a mindset to not unify, and it goes all the way back to slavery, bro. So it's not like something that's innately in us. It's not. That's how we come from cultures that always unified, always came together and pooled our resources and built together. So we just have to reinstitute that because that was stripped from us when we arrived on this part of the world and in this western part of the world called America. So we do need to come together and pool our resources and unify and buy back the neighborhood because the neighborhoods that we live in are getting bought up right from under us by people who have the money. And we're not benefiting from it. We've lived in these areas all our life. Grandma lived there, mama lived there, now you live there, and somebody comes along, and if you're renting, you stay in an apartment, they can buy up the whole apartment, tear them down, build some condominiums. Or if they want the houses, hey man, we'll make offers and give you some little crumbs for grandma's house and condominiums, townhomes, lofts, all that over there. So we have the ability to capitalize on that the same way as everybody else does. So now the hood is no longer the hood. Now we see gentrification and we get mad because how many buying up the hood? You right, bro. We have had many years to do that and get that together. And we just haven't done it because we got to get our knowledge up. We got to get our unity up. We got to get to the point where we can work with each other with trust and do the same thing that other races of people are doing. Because we can't knock them. We can't knock them for handling up on the business that we didn't handle up on. That's our fault. We got to get it together. Yeah. Almighty says you got like 1 billion songs out there. How much of the lyrics do you memorize if you keep forgetting songs? I forget. I don't hardly memorize a lot of my songs, man. I'm gonna say this. I probably have the percentage of my songs that I actually know by memory of the total of my songs. I probably have about 15% of my songs memorized, and that's being generous. The stuff I do at shows and hearing that, I know it, but probably about 10 or 15%. The other 85 to 90, I don't know none of the words of that stuff because I don't really listen to my own music. I hardly listen to my own music. So your brother tried to send a triplet album to me, got lost in the mail. Man, somebody stole it. No, I just went. Vinyl albums of what? We'll do some Q&A for these last few minutes, y'all. So I'm gonna answer any of y'all questions. Apocalyptic vinyl albums of what? You say, how do you get a full vinyl of which? I don't have any full vinyls, and any of the vinyls I did, they hard to find. I don't even have them, man, from some of my earlier stuff. No, I'm not on IG, Tina. T-Lin, tapping in. Oh, you talking apocalyptic? um, Grand Deception, the first song. Yeah, man. I told y'all they be doing something with Grand Deception. Grand Deception been at 1.7 million views for like 5 years now. Yeah. I'll answer any of y'all's questions. We done with the topic. Y'all got a few questions before I go. I'll answer them for y'all real quick. I don't get to talk to y'all a lot. Can you talk about why you put the JFK quote at the beginning of your song Tower of Sadness? That's a great question. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you what happened with that because it's totally unrelated. When I first got that beat, that was already incorporated into the beat. The JFK quote, it was already in the beat, and I was like, I don't want to rap about what he was talking about on the song. I want to rap about what I hear on that beat. So I just made the Tower of Sadness song, and I didn't care that the JFK stuff was at the beginning. I didn't even care. So that's why that's on there like that. You the first person to ever ask me that. Because when I do hear that song, I'll be like, do they not notice that this is totally unrelated to what I'm talking about? Yeah. Can I spit multi-reflex? Man, no. Nah, man. One day I'm gonna sit back and learn certain songs. I'm just gonna go over some of my stuff, and I could spit it. I just don't know it. I could spit it if I knew the words to it. Go on my YouTube channel. Go on my channel. Well, y'all already on my channel, but go listen to me spitting a video I did called "Spitting in the Rain," where I did my song "Aesthetics." That ain't an easy song to just spit live like that. So if I could spit that, I know I could do multi-reflex. Jen Door, have you ever seen any of the baby planes? I've never in my life. I never saw a baby plane, never saw the mother plane, never. I know people that have seen them. I know other people who have claimed to have seen baby planes and, the mothership. I've never seen it. I've never been anywhere, to my knowledge, and spotted a baby plane. I can't. Nope. I would never tell that lie. And and then I don't. Some people say, "Well, man, I don't even look. If it's meant for me to see one, then I'll see one. But if I don't, then hey, I just don't, because you might not want to see one. So I just go with the flow, man." Tina says, "Did you ever do the giveaway from my bike?" I did a giveaway where my homie Steve, he won when I've had the little wanted poster, the missing poster on the video, that actual cardboard thing. He won it, and I mailed it to him, but it got lost in the mail. It never got to him, and I don't understand to this day what happened. I really wanted him to have that, man, and somehow it just disappeared. I have no idea where it's at. Angie says, "Please come to Seattle." Oh, we coming, if things ever allow that again. I told y'all we had a whole show planned in Seattle. I got a box of posters behind me that was getting ready to be sent to Seattle to be put all out, and it boom, right when the pandemic hit. So we had a whole show set up. My boy Point Blank and Cassie D. You know Cassie D? Yeah. Have you ever experienced anything supernatural? Yeah, I think I have, man. I've seen some stuff, man. I done seen some stuff. Go listen to that song I got called "With My Own Eyes." I talk about some of that stuff, but you know how y'all see on TV when y'all see those preachers, those ministers that touch people on the head and they fall out and all that. You know, I never believed in that stuff, and I still don't look at them as being just, but that happened to me before. I still can't explain how he did it. And if you think I'm lying, ask Gangsta Nip. Because they the ones brought me to the church years ago, man. That's a funny story. I should have put that in my book. I should have put that in my book. That's a funny story. I'm gonna do a story time one day on my channel and tell y'all the story about the time where that pastor was touching people and making them faint in the church. I'm gonna tell that story. The Big 7 is available. I hope y'all can see this. Oh, my bad. I'm just typing. Ain't nothing coming out, man. If y'all can see that, I don't know if y'all can see what I just typed in. I don't know. But SouthParkCoalition.net, you can go there right now and order the 7 albums, man. Did they put that one song back on Spotify? No, ma'am, it's gone. T-Lin, it's gone. Because, as they said, violated their hate speech, their hate content policies. But all it really violated was their opposition to truth policy, opposition to hard truth policy. Yeah. No, it's not spc.com. It's southparkcoalition.net. That's the website, southparkcoalition.net. Yeah. Come on, Decipher. Now, you know, that's a trick question, man. You trying to hit me with a trick question. How many albums you want before you're done recording albums? See, that's a trick question. I'm not going to ever be done recording albums. Never. I'm just trying to catch Prince, man, which I'll never catch him. Let me see. Jada Masada, me and 2 cousins were knocked down, and I don't know how. Explain. Yeah, nah, right. That's exactly what happened to me. See, I got invited to the church. AC Chill and Gangsta Nip, they told me about this preacher, right? They was like, man, this dude would touch you on your head and you gonna collapse. So, you know how we are. We were like, man, that ain't true. And something happened, and Nip said him and AC went to the church, and the dude was touching people, and they was dropping. And said the man called AC up to the front. Now AC and Nip came to the church together. So the man touched AC on his head, and AC collapsed. So when AC dropped, that freaked Nip out, because Nip like, hold on, this my home, but I know he ain't in on the scam. I ain't gonna tell all the story because it's hilarious, but they was telling me about it, and they invited me to the church. So I'm like, well, I'm gonna come just to prove that it ain't gonna work on me. I hope he called me. And we stood there, and they started singing and clapping. And he started one by one calling people up to the front. Touched the lady on the head, she dropped. Touched the other dude on the head, she dropped. Before you know it, it's 5 or 6 bodies on the ground. This dude just going around, just putting a whammy on everybody. Dude looked dead at me. It was like, I was like, who, me? Walked right up to the front. Said, put your hands up. I got my hands up, but these are my hands, but this is my face. I'm like, yeah, you got the wrong one. The dude touched me on my head. I was out. I went out. And when I tell you AC and Nip was dying laughing, man. I went out for a long time, but your boy went out. So my thought process was, this dude must know, he must be familiar with pressure points. He must have the knowledge of exactly where to hit you to kind of knock you temporarily unconscious. Because I just didn't buy into it, but trust and believe it happened to me before. I can't say that it didn't, because it absolutely did. So yeah, the dude had some skills that we was not aware of, and he got me, man. He got me. Somebody said chakra points. J. John, any new click song? Yeah, I'm gonna bring a click song back on this next album, man. No question. I'm gonna bring a new one back. Do you believe TMH would take down the 1%? TMH, what's TMH? Hold on, wait a minute before I start answering the question. Give me those initials, man. I'm either I don't know what you're talking about, or I'm slow and not as sharp tonight. Yeah. And see, just me, that's the question. What was the purpose if it wasn't for healing? That's my point. I was no different when I came to than I was before he did it. So what was the purpose? That's what made me feel like he just knew how to hit people. He knew how to, because there was no magical transformation that took place in my mind. I wasn't a different person afterwards or none of that stuff. None of it. See? Appreciate the love, King Viking. Yeah, funny, man. I'll take a few more questions, man. Yeah. But that's what happened, man. That's what happened. So yeah, I have experienced what I feel to be supernatural, but that's not the only supernatural. The most supernatural thing that I went through, man, I don't even know if I want to tell y'all that. I don't know. I ain't gonna talk about that. And it was for real. I don't just be rapping about this stuff. Some of this stuff, man. See, a lot of my lyrics come from some actual weird experiences, man. Yeah. Name one video y'all want to see me do. I'm getting ready to knock out a couple of videos, but I just want to get some suggestions. I got a few suggestions in my mind. Nothing crazy, nothing impossible. Henry Black, you should do something with Street Military. Yeah. The new KB and Flea album just dropped. Go listen to go purchase the new KB and Flea album for Street Military and listen to the song that I did, me, KB, and Flea. We just did it, brand new. Brand new. Sherbert Glass says, what inspired you to write? Thank you for stepping up. The stepping up song. Yeah, just what you said, man. Stepdads and stepmothers. Stepmothers don't get a lot of credit. But anybody who takes on the responsibility to take on another person's child and raise them like that child is their own, they need to be saluted. Dean said, Fly Away on a new album with Pup. A lot of people like Fly Away. Point Blank said that was his favorite song on the album. Man in the Mask, The Serpent. That'll be a hard one to do. 3 weeks later, I was working on 3 weeks later, something happened. But yeah, 3 weeks later it's coming. At least part of it. No love. Ain't no love. The homie Zero. Aaron Vasquez asked the question, is Farrakhan a different religion than Jesus Christ? Farrakhan is a man. He's not the religion, but I know what you mean. Islam is the religion of Minister Farrakhan. And no, the teachings of Jesus Christ, not the label of Christianity. It's a difference. But the teachings of Jesus Christ, the principles are the same in Islam, the teachings. We get caught up in labels. We argue over labels. But the principles that he taught and the principles that he lived by, Mr. Farrakhan absolutely believes in those same principles. The glasses and the burden robe. See, some of these videos, you got to really be on it to pull it off. Aaron Vasquez, we actually getting ready to do the Merkin Melody video. That video coming. Open thought surgery. Man, Ice Mike. "20 years old, man." See, I got a homie, Michael P. say he 20 years old and been listening to my albums, man. See, salute to the young people, man. Salute to the young people. He 20. I'm 25. That's what I'm talking about. The golden rule. What's the golden rule? Do unto others. Appreciate the love. Apocalyptic Minister said he just bought the Big 7. How many of y'all knew I dropped 7 albums in one day a few years ago? See? Deprogram, Coro. Deprogrammed. I'm going to do a video to deprogram. I already got the script wrote. Says Zero, put me on your music. Man, that's my brother. Inanimate objects talking to me. Yeah. Man. Lyle said you just turned 30. Man, welcome to the 30 Club, man. It goes by fast. Authentic tunes. Whatever happened to Fisu? Dude was dope. I was just listening to Southside. Fisu joined the Nation of Islam and he retired from rap. Right now, he is a very successful businessman and he actually advises a lot of people on business, man, and how to be successful in business. He's given me some advice along the way. Super smart brother. He let the rap game go. He don't want to do that no more. That's my brother. Brother Youssef. The Cypher said do a mini film for the Maven. See, some of this stuff will require a budget because you don't want to half do it. You want to do it right. Anything like that, any of those kind of songs like that, I really wish I had just a cold-blooded animation person, somebody who could do animated version, because I wouldn't want to try to do it without the proper special effects that would be required to make it look right. I don't want it to look bootleg and dried out. And my budget ain't lined up to accomplish that. So I think the next best step would be to animate it, you know. Love thy neighbors, thyself, love one another. Yeah, no question, bro. You're absolutely right. Zero cool, you are absolutely right. Yep. Cannot argue with that. Justin says, how many albums do I have? I think I got about 50 albums. I think I haven't counted in a while, but I think I'm at right around 50. I'm gonna count my albums. I gotta find out. Annihilation of the Evil Machine. There's a still shotted animated video of Annihilation of the Evil Machine on YouTube done by this guy named The Colorful Cube. It got over 1 million views. He did a great job. I think I'm gonna let that be the official video to that, because of the way it was designed, the way it was laid out. Did a great job. Alaska in the building. Yeah, animation, but see, even the animation, I want it to be right. I don't want it to look like some stick figures and nothing like that, or look too cheap looking. So that's why a lot of times I don't move on it, man. I gotta find me a serious animator that can bring to life whatever, those stories, you want to bring them to life the right way. Valley of Decision, all that stuff, you want to bring it to life the right way. Any music with Immortal Technique. Yep, me, Immortal Technique, and R.A. the Rugged Man got a song we did. I don't know if it's out yet, but yeah. Hidden Agenda. Kansas checking in. We got Kansas checking in. That's what's up. Will we ever see the long-awaited return of T-Rash? Yeah, T-Rash got some stuff for y'all, boy. T-Rash about to come out with some stuff that y'all ain't never heard before, man. Watch. There will be a T-Rash appearance. I talked to him the other day. He will be appearing on real soon. Yep. Clean green earth for all. I appreciate the love, man. Malcolm. Appreciate the love, Malcolm. Thank y'all, man. Said, I encourage you to deeper study with being a Hebrew Israelite. Well, brother, I'll say this, man, because I got a lot of Hebrew Israelite friends, and I got nothing but love and respect for them. Our Minister Farrakhan, taught us a long time ago that we were the true children of Israel. And I'll leave it right there. Have I ever worked with Willie D or Scarface? Yeah, man. My brothers. Willie D put me on back in the early 90s, man. Willie D put me on his solo album called Going Out Like a Soldier. And the song that I was on with him, we shot a video to it. And he took me to Baltimore with him to shoot the video. I was on a song with Scarface on his Emeritus album back in 2008. Song with me, Scarface, and Slim Thug. So I've had an opportunity to work with the legendary Ghetto Boys at individual times in my career, man. So that's an honor for me, because they are the ones who opened the door for us in Houston. They made it possible for Houston to have an identity and a face, man, because when people didn't respect us, it was the Ghetto Boys who kicked that door in. And shout out to the first Ghetto Boys, Jukebox and Johnny C, and those brothers as well, and Ready Red, rest in peace. They opened the door for us. Yeah. And Vasquez, what can I learn about Minister Farrakhan? Right here on YouTube, brother. You go on YouTube and type in Farrakhan, you're going to get everything you need. Do that tonight. Yes, sir. Chronic Menace, me, Immortal Technique, and R.A. the Rugged Man got a song together. I can't remember if it's going to be on R.A.'s album or Immortal Technique's album. I can't remember, but the song is done. I'm going to say it's done. And I got a song. I'm getting ready to do something with Cambada real soon. If I ever stop being lazy. Noah Malik, we lost our Super Bowl. Yeah, I know you all in the pain tonight. Tom Brady did it again. Tom Brady. Yep. All right. Is that Hammer Robbie Katz? Much love to you. I'm shouting out the people that haven't shouted out. T. Taylor. Is Dopey still making music? Yes, absolutely. Great music at that. It's like he getting better. How come you don't, that Jamaican tone you did? I'm gonna have to go back to doing some reggae for y'all, man. I ain't did no reggae in a while. I used to mess with the reggae all the time, but I'm gonna go back to it. Yeah. It's that BOBO, that Bobo 423. Anything with J Dog. So man, look, J Dog sent me a beat a couple of months ago. I gotta write my part to that song. J Dog hit me up and out the blue and asked me to jump on a song. So yeah, got some stuff coming with J Dog real soon. I got one song with J Dog. I don't know if you heard. That's a song we did when Trayvon Martin first got killed. Forgot the name of it. And the sister, it wasn't our song. It was one of our sisters from H Town that put us on a song. She did a great job. Yeah. So yeah, it might be on Immortals album then. Okay. Black Nation Takeover. I see ya. I did that record in mid 2000s. I can't remember. Who are a few artists you really love to collab with? It's just only a few. Most of them are old R&B. You know, if I ever do a song with Stevie Wonder, I'm done. Sly Stone, I'm done. Tila Rock, I'm done. Yep. Few others too. KRS, collab with Trey. It have been a while since I worked with Trey. Do a video for the ladies. Like all I keep thinking, yeah, man. You know what? That's a good idea. I always do this hard stuff, man. I don't do a lot. I make songs to pay tribute to the ladies and respect to them. I just don't do a lot of videos. Any any with Shaq. Who is Shaq? Who is Shaq? Yeah, man. Chino XL. I just did a song with Chino. It was on somebody else's project, and me and Chino was on the song. But what album was that? It was a feature. I was on the song. It was a bunch of killers on the song. And I think Chino was the last one. Chino was whoo, he ate. He body slammed it. He body slammed it. I was just glad to be on it. Yeah. Diabolic or Vinny Paz. Can't lose either way. Shaquille O'Neal? Nah, never did a song with Shaq. Have you ever been offered a 360 deal? Nah, the 360 deal wasn't really around as currently constituted back when I started, when I was getting deal offers. But who knows? Maybe if the deal would have actually went through, maybe it would have been a 360 deal before it was called that. But nah, I never got offered that. West Coast Cam, salute to that brother. I got nothing but respect for Cam, man. Without a doubt. And Lord Jamar. I ain't want to leave him out. But I've met Cam before. Me and Cam have actually talked a few times, a couple of times. Which song is that where everything is inverted? I know what you're talking about, but I can't remember the name of it. New interviews on K-Rino radio. Yeah, this what you do. A lot of my interviews, because I haven't been interviewing due to COVID, we're not bringing people in, and I'm pre-recording my show. But I have been doing a couple of Zoom interviews, and a couple of them up on my page right now. One of the rappers who I came up listening to by the name of Jazzy Red, one of the pioneers in Houston. I just did an interview with him. It's on my channel. Go check it out. Y'all get to learn a lot of Houston history from watching this interview. A lot of Houston history, man. Ice Mike said it would be epic to hear you on a track, hear you on something with Tech Nine. Yeah, Tech Nine is insane, man. He's insane. Yeah, yeah. A lot of people always say that they want to hear me and Tech Nine do something. Yeah, already. Well, man, look, I don't want y'all cussing me out at work tomorrow, so I'm gonna let y'all make it, man. I appreciate y'all hanging with me this long. I wanted to get that topic off my chest. Keep in mind to focus on the topic that we was on, but I also like to give y'all the opportunity to, ask questions and talk to your boy, man. So I appreciate that, man. Y'all keep it moving, keep it safe, be safe out there. Don't get reckless. And I catch y'all when I catch y'all, man. Peace and love.